on this episode of Builds on the Bus. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Bus. On this one, we are starting a new series. So this series is called Builds on the Bus. And what we're going to be looking at on this series is a whole bunch of different car builds. This is everything from Euro, JDM, American, four-wheel drive, really anything that I find cool, pretty much. So to start off, we've got a very special guest. He's going to be the first guest. Is actually going to be Shane. So this is Shane. Shane actually works with my old man at Last Year's Automotive.
I like the way you haven't warned me of any of the questions, but anyway.
No, I know, you don't need any questions.
That's right.
No, we're doing this straight, just natural. All right? I don't have any questions written down. Maybe I should, but who cares?
Yeah,
we'll
that's
be okay.
right.
So look, let's just go over a bit of the car. Should we start on the mechanic side or should we start on the cosmetic side? What would you prefer?
Doesn't really worry you.
Okay.
So,
Well, look, let's go over what you've done with the body kit and the lip and everything like that. So to start off, we'll just start from the front. So what have you done here?
all right, so what we've got is a four-door E30. We've got a MTEC2 body kit all the way around, which is all the panels around underneath. Got a lower lip from Garagistic. Full set of LED lights in the front, obviously smoked indicators. The grille's blackened. The grille's actually modified internally to get more air through it for the motor. No indicators in here, they've been removed because they look ugly. The guards are all rolled to fit the 17 by 8.5 inch rims, which are significantly bigger than the original ones. We've got an MTEC 1 rear spoiler from memory. Correct me if I'm wrong. Twin exhaust. Came with a sunroof and everything else. And that's about the end of the body modifications, other than some nice new carbon fibre door handles that went on last week. Bit showy, but they feel good.
And what BBSs are on this?
All right, so they're a BBS knockoff because
Okay.
my answer is $5,000 for a set of rims that don't make it go any quicker.
Yeah, just
It's just ridiculous.
Style
So,
points, that's
so yeah, I can't even remember what brand they are. They're a different set than what I had on original, but ironically, that still screws on like the original BBS thing, and I've got the original BBS tool to take it off. So this sort of BBS.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
And obviously you've put the Willwood upgraded brake under there.
Yep. So if we go back to the mechanical stuff, it's almost endless. It's almost easier to say what's not modified. So we've got an LS1 with Higgins heads, cam package from GM Motorsport with obviously an appropriate tune, a T56 gearbox, exceeded clutch, custom tail shaft obviously, medium case BMW diff with a Quaife LSD. I did have bigger axles in it, but they broke, which is sort of ironic because they were allegedly rated at 1,000 horsepower and it doesn't make 1,000 horsepower. We've got Willwood 310mm 6-pot on the front, 310mm rotor on the back with 4 pots. It's all engineered. It's all roadworthy at all times. Coney shocks and ground control, height adjustable suspension the whole way around. We even go down to subframe modifications to strengthen it. It's got a Z3 rack in it, which is instead of, I think, 3.5 turns or 4.5 turns lock to lock, it's 2.5 turns lock to lock. Sway bars from Island Engineering, Walbro fuel pump in the back. But most importantly, from my point of view, being an older bloke, air conditioning, power steering, cruise control, all factory fitted, all in there working, doesn't overheat in a hot day.
Well, look, now that we've been over all the mechanical side, do you want to tell me, like, how long have you owned it? What's the story? Like, how did you get it? How did the build evolve? As they always do.
Well, I've always worked on BMWs and European cars since 1979. So, you know, these were a very new car when I first started. Yep. Always enjoyed them. Fell into them, you know. Trying to think who had the first one. My son bought one for $500.
Yep.
Always had V8, Holdens beforehand. James had a V8 Holden. It rusted out, needed something. He was going to fix it, something to drive, and it just evolved from there. I bought one from a mate who was a wrecker. Wasn't this car, for a whole $500. Got it going. Unfortunately, it sprung a fuel line and caught fire and burnt to the ground.
Yeah. So
I bought this with insurance money because it was insured for $8,000, even though it only owed me about $1,000.
Yeah.
Anyway, this was a standard 325i manual. Went to South Australia to buy it purely because it had the sports seats, which I really like. And it's just evolved from there. James did some modifications on his particular one, blew up a motor, put a twin cam M50 in it, and then over a mate's, it blew a head gasket actually.
Yeah.
And at the time they were doing LS1 patrols, they'd done quite a few of them. They go, I wonder if an LS would fit in the BMW. Within 4 hours, the motor's out and a block sitting in the engine bay to say, oh, look at that, it would fit. Anyway, I put the twin cam M50 in this, and ironically, it was cammed with an exhaust on it. Every time I drove the car, I'd just about pull over by a cop because it had a raspy exhaust note, and they thought I was driving like an idiot. To the point where I nearly sold it.
Yeah.
Anyway, James decided with his that he would find another body shell because the body shell was rusty, and he lost interest in it. So I literally bought the car with the stock LS, pulled the LS out of it and the gearbox. One of James's mate, Ryan Thorne, had the engine mounts because this is way back. This is 12 years ago when no one had, in fact, the internet said you could not physically fit an LS without cutting the firewall and everything like that. Anyway, a few beers with Ryan in particular, and he's a guy that will tackle anything. Here it is. And it was all handmade because no one built it. Even to the point which we haven't discussed, when you open the bonnet, there's no brake master cylinder. It's now tucked up in the glove box.
Oh.
And that was nearly unheard of unless you had a hot rod.
Yeah.
It's just the way it worked sort of thing. So it freed up all the room.
Yeah.
Anyway, I put it in because it just literally bolted in.
Yep.
Did the brake modification, all the things that James was going to do.
Yep. Yep.
Had it engineered.
Yep.
And then off the record, pulled it back out, painted the engine bay, cammed it and put the heads on it because it wouldn't have passed engineering, cammed, etc., and put it back in again. And that's pretty well where it's got to today. But it's gone from, like most car projects, it started out as a, it crossed the line when I put the suspension and the brakes on it and the cam. It used to actually get better fuel economy than the 6 used to, uncanned, but now not so much.
That's a crack up.
Yeah, in fact, the economy was nearly as good as my daughter. Both my daughters had 4-cylinder ones as first cars in a manual form. Yeah. And it wasn't far off the economy of the 4-cylinder originally.
So family of Beamer lovers then?
Well, they were actually. In fact, both the girls who are now in their late, mid, 30s sort of, both would love to have another BMW back one day.
Another E30?
Yeah.
That's right. And so, what have you done to the interior? It looks like you've
a
bit here.
Yeah, recently I had a little off-road excursion with the vehicle, so it has just come back from being rebuilt down the side that I'm standing on, hence why it's now got a body kit. The car has actually been on the internet before and in LS1 Tuner magazine, without the body kit and everything like that, but it had a blue interior, and I'd always hankered, because it was just getting a little bit tired, as the car's not exactly young anymore. It was supposed to be a little bit redder, but I bought it from America. There's a company that actually builds the kits, and so you literally, it's already made. You've just got to do the physical hard work of
Put it all
stripping
together.
the seats and putting them together.
Nice.
And it's actually come up really well. It's sort of a terracotta, I suppose you'd call it.
I really like it. I really like that colour on this car.
Changed the seatbelt webbing, so they're all red and match it, and some black carpet in it, and
It's pretty race and trick.
and all of a sudden it's all fresh and young again.
Yeah, it does. It looks very clean. It's so nice.
It's done a couple of track days. I did the Ultimate Street Car Challenge a couple of years ago, which was very entertaining, and I'd like to go back and have another crack at that because it's fun as.
Yeah.
Without getting too competitive, and because there's some guys that get very serious. But anyway, it's the way it is. But it's a luxurious track car.
Yeah, it seems it. It seems very comfortable.
Yeah.
So what are your future plans with it? So is there anything else that you can see yourself doing to it, or is this kind of the stage? This is just going to be maintained now.
It's pretty well going to be maintained now, which doesn't make me feel a lot better because I always like tinkering. But there's always something you can spend more money on. I mean, you know, I've often thought of the idea if I drop the motor 10 mil, I can actually get an Edelbrock supercharger into it. And then I've gone, well, you know, the way the laws have become these days, it's not worth it.
No, it's not worth it.
Shut up and enjoy it for something different and makes you feel good.
Yeah, 100%.
It's tactile.
Low power to weight.
It's quick enough. I mean, let's be perfectly honest to anyone that's watching this sort of thing. You know, a Tesla would outdrive it.
Well,
but you don't even have to think about it. You can put one finger in the steering wheel and just stand on the throttle in a Tesla and it'll launch itself. You know, unfortunately, as much as I love petrol cars, you know, their days are relatively numbered. But I love the sound, I love the smell.
Exactly right.
It makes me feel good.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get some hydrogen internal combustion if they can get that worked out well enough.
Yeah, and
we still get some noise.
Yeah, and it's not even so much necessarily the noise, Gus. I think these days there's a lot lost in the tactile feel of cars. If you're a four-wheel driver, you know, if you're going over a rocket, you've got to feel what the car's doing and everything like that. I think that's lost in modern cars these days.
I definitely feel that.
And probably in modern people too, unfortunately, that, you know, they're just expecting now to get to A to B without thinking or feeling a lot.
Yeah, which seems to be the way of the world.
Yep.
Yeah. No, very nice. So, would you take us for a rip?
Yep, absolutely we will.
Let's jump in.
Let's do that.
Sounds good.
I can see why they use this road.
Yeah, quiet.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they get on the other side of it. Boogie's hard. And pulls up quick too.
Oh, that's cold brakes.
Yeah.
Sorry, you right back there?
I don't have a seatbelt on, so I'm just
That's why I just eased into it. I didn't just stand on it. Yeah, you get
going towards the seat.
you get the brakes warm and they're
Yeah.
but it's like, and that was third, by the way. That wasn't
Yeah,
even.
that was the third song.
Yeah.
No, it's very. It's just still so comfortable. Like
It rides like it rides. I personally think, and look, my old man the last time he drove and it was about 88, and he said, "Car rides well, son."
Yeah. Well, that's a lot coming from an 88-year-old.
He has a bit of history. I'll show you some photos later.
Yeah.
Of his first car.
Yeah. Always been petrol heads in your family?
Yeah, I suppose you could call it that.
Yeah.
Dad was a, like I said to you, a pilot.
Yeah.
But my first car was that I nearly bought it, and I really kicked myself that I didn't. Was a HQ Monaro.
Yep.
350 manual.
Yep.
When I was 16.
Yep.
Mum and Dad went, yeah, no, probably not ideal.
I think fair enough.
Anyway, there was an ad in the paper for dustings in Burwood.
Yep.
For an LX 5-litre 4-speed manual.
Yeah. Yep.
Mum and I caught a train up to have a look at it.
Yep.
Yeah, with the prospect of probably just bringing it back.
Yep.
So, like I said, Mum's 96 now,
Yep.
and I was 16, so it's a year or two ago. But anyway, I'll paint you both a picture.
Yep.
Oh, so what are you interested in? Oh, that little Tirana there. Oh, yeah, for my son for his first car. Oh, yeah. All right, no worries. Would you like to go for driving it? Yep, beauty. So Burwood Highway.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
I was in the back, pretty well. Yeah. Mum.
Yep.
White-haired.
Yep.
Not a lot of my mum.
Yep.
Car salesman. Mum pulls up. You going to put your seatbelt on? And he goes, it'll be all right. So she's put it in first gear, taken it to about $4,000, sidestepped the clutch, up Burwood Road sideways, snapped second sideways, and all I can remember is the salesman go like this to try and find a seatbelt. And Mum said, well, how do you think he's going to drive it?
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. We need to make sure it's solid.
Anyway, I bought the other one, they had an LE Monaro, which my old man used to have an LE Monaro.
Yeah,
For $4,500 I could have bought it, but it was rough. Instead I paid $4,500 on a HJ Premier that used to belong to Sir Albert Jennings, 5 litre auto, blah, 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 blah. That was my first car.
Yeah.
My first real car. Anyway, which got modified to the friggin' hill.
As they always do. You start off, you get a car, and you're like, oh, this thing's great. And you go, yeah, but it could be that little bit more better.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, back then no one had any money. I in particular didn't have any money. I was a mechanic. Mechanics didn't earn money back then.
Yep.
They do now. They didn't back then.
Yeah. How's the shirt? Now let's hear this thing properly. You ready? That sounds so fucking good, eh? That sounds so good. Yeah, that'll do us. There is the E30 LS1? LS2?
LS1.
LS1 BMW.
Yep.
So thanks again, Shane, for coming out.
Pleasure.
I really appreciate it. And you taking the time on this, honestly, gorgeous Saturday morning.
It is now, yep.
But no, I absolutely love this car. So if you're ever in the mind to sell it, make sure you hit my old man up first. And then I'll be in that conversation for sure.
Yeah. Add it to the list.
Really appreciate you coming out and taking that time.
Hey, thanks for it. It's been great.
Now, Shane's got plenty more contacts for cars like this, and so does the old fella. So we're going to keep them coming. We're hoping to do one of these a month. So keep tuned for that.
Stay tuned, see what comes next.
That's the one. Stay tuned. See what's next. Have a good one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. On this one, we're doing something different. We're starting a new series on the channel. This series is fuck's sake.